Yeah, my take is that confidence that we just heard from Kohberger in that statement is the result of his actions that he took to cover up his actions. We're starting to learn even more about the cover-up now. He wiped his phone from apps. He shut down his phone before the murder. He cleaned that car to the point where they could not find any forensics. And we now know that that was bloody because of the crime scene and all of the wounds that we're hearing from the victims and what he did on that particular night. So think about all of the actions and the things that he did leading up to that particular point in time when he's now speaking to law enforcement about these murders. And he believed that he had to sell his story. So his confidence comes from his actions leading up to it and the need to sell that story that he had nothing to do with this in the face of law enforcement that had the authority to bring him down.
You know, questions still remain in the investigation, including a motive. It's still a mystery, but there's no doubt that the families connected to this crime will be forever linked.
I mean, we've covered cases where the prosecutor is able to use those recorded statements in the trial themselves. I mean, these defendants, they're in jail. They're given the notifications too. This call's recorded oftentimes, you know, but one of the striking things that I've been learning as I'm getting more information after the sentencing is the violence and the victim's injuries, especially Kaylee. You know, Kaylee was stabbed 34 times and her face was unrecognizable. There were defensive wounds on most of the victims as well. And there's even a report that he may have sat in a chair with a blood spatter or a blood stain pattern in a chair where he may have paused and just reflected, which is just questions on questions on questions still that we have even after this sentence. And I know that the questions are going to continue to come on this case with some of the things we're learning from the hundreds of pages of documents that we're going through.